All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. So the NBA Finals is tomorrow, and here's my review of what team will win the NBA Finals. Now, I just want to, give a congratulations to the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat because once again, I mean, let's be for real. If you were to say, hey, the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets are going to be in the NBA Finals, people would say you're crazy. Like if you were to tell people in November, December, hey, Miami and the Denver Nuggets are in the finals, people will call you crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a shout out to the Denver Nuggets and to the Miami Heat. But who will win this matchup? Who will win this matchup? Now, let's talk about both teams. Denver has finally gotten past the hump. Nikola Jokic has won back-to-back MVPs. Nikola Jokic finally has some help with Jamal Murray being healthy, with Aaron Gordon, with KCP, Pope, with Michael Porter. Like, he finally has some help, and he finally has some supporting cast that can finally help him get that got him past the hump. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat were a good team. No one really expected anything of them. But, I mean, losing Tyler Hero and losing Victor Oladipo, no one really thought the Miami Heat. Number one, no one thought the Miami Heat was going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks, who were the number one seed, and no one thought they were going to beat the Celtics. So the Miami Heat is a team where, they just came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I mean, not out of nowhere. I mean, everybody thought they were going to make the playoffs and then maybe a second, maybe third round. But they shocked everybody, including going into Boston and beating Boston in Game 7, and not even beating Boston, destroying Boston in Game 7. But who will win? Who will win the matchup between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat? This can go one of two ways. Number one, I can see the Nuggets closing out the Heat in 5 or 6. Maybe even I can see the Nuggets winning this series in 5. Because once again, I think on paper, the Nuggets are the better team. I think on paper, the Nuggets are the better team than the Miami Heat. I mean, besides Jimmy Butler, who else are you taking on the Heat over Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, KCP? Like, who else are you taking over besides Jimmy Butler over all those guys? I mean, Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin playing good, giving them, not taking anything away from them, playing good. But at the same time, are you really taking them over? Are you really taking them over Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon, all them boys? No way you're taking Bam over Joker. Who's playing like the MVP right now, and Joker who's an unstoppable bucket right now. No one can stop Joker. I'm telling you, no one can stop this guy. This guy can pass, he can shoot, he can drive to the hoop, he can distribute. He has court vision like he's Magic Johnson in his prime. So I can see the Denver Nuggets squashing the Heat in the 5, maybe 6. But, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000. I think the Miami Heat will put away the Denver Nuggets in 6 and 7 games. I think the Heat will go to Denver and beat Denver in Game 7 or maybe Game 6. But I honestly think the Miami Heat are just so sneaky and so well coached, even though the coach for the Denver Nuggets is good too. But Miami just has this Heat culture. The simple fact that they came back from that devastating loss in Game 6 at home with the Derek White tip-in and destroyed the Boston Celtics, which was amazing too. Destroyed the Boston Celtics. I think he closes out in 7. I think he keep it a long way. The Heat, every time you doubt the Heat, they always come back. Or at least when there's some doubt in your mind with the Heat. Like, let's be for real. People didn't think the Heat were going to beat Boston in Game 7. People didn't think the Heat were gonna beat Milwaukee in, I think, game 5. What was it, game 6 when they were in Milwaukee, or game 5 when they were in Milwaukee? Yet they did it somehow, some way. Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson somehow, some way get it done. I think the Heat, they just can't go away. They just can't go away. At the end of the day, I think the Heat will win this finals in 7. It's going to be an amazing finals, but it wouldn't shock me if the Denver Nuggets did beat them. But I think the Denver Nuggets got to get them when they can. If you have a lead, if you have a game lead on the Heat, you got to keep it. Do not play around with the Heat. Do not play around with the Heat. And honestly, I'm going to put it to you like this. I think the Heat will let Nikola Jokic go off. I think the Heat will let Nikola Jokic go off and try their best to shut down everybody else around him. Like I was saying in the beginning of the in the video, Nikola Jokic finally has help around him, so he can finally, do his thing. But what if the Heat say, you know what? We can't stop Nikola Jokic. He's just a walking bucket. So Nikola Jokic, you're gonna have to score 105. You're gonna have to score a Wilt Chamberlain 100 to beat us. We're gonna lock down Jamal. We're gonna lock down Aaron. What's my man's name? Aaron Gordon. We're gonna lock down KCP. We're gonna lock down Michael Porter, and you're gonna have to score. You're gonna have to score 105 points to beat us. And I think that's what Miami's doing. I think that's what Eric Spoelstra is doing. He's gonna make Nikola Jokic beat him. Because let's be real, you're not beating. You can't stop Nikola Jokic. You can slow him down, but you can't stop him. What I mean by stop him is, dude, he can pass, he can rebound. Like Nikola Jokic, I think they're gonna let him go off and lock up everybody else on that team. And I think that's how the Miami Heat will beat the Denver Nuggets. But that's my thoughts, man. What are yours? Let me know your thoughts about, A, are you interested in this finals? And B, if you think, who do you think is going to win? I think I got the Heat in 7. I believe in Jimmy Buckets. I want Jimmy to get that ring because out of every single player in the league who doesn't have a ring, I think he deserves it, man. Now, I think Nikola Jokic and Jimmy both deserve their rings. Both are hardworking. Both are winners. They don't sit around just collecting stats. They actually want to win. So either way, it will be good. But I want Jimmy to get that ring because he's a lot older. He's, I think, 32, 33. So he's getting up there in age, man. And this will be great for the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.